Welcome to the HR Empowerment Podcast, where we will uncover strategies and new insights from HR professionals who discuss up-to-date regulations, best practices, and the most pressing topics like diversity and equity, leadership, dealing with difficult situations, and much more that affect your bottom line and business. Thanks for joining us.
It's Wendy Sellers, the HR lady. We are here today talking about lifelong fulfillment in action. And I want to introduce you or reintroduce you to Mr. Jim Boswell, who is an author. His book, Lifelong Fulfillment, Take Charge of Your Life, is available. Well, let's just ask him where. I feel like a commercial here. Jim, where can people get your book? And tell us a little bit about it and why you wrote it.
Well, you can get it on our website or you can get it at Amazon. And it's an EPUB book, so it'll run on almost any electronic platform.
Okay.
And the reason we did that is to make it easy. It's not expensive. It's $12. And it is designed to be practical, authoritative advice that you can trust in the personal development space. It helps people bridge the gap of self-knowledge. It helps them understand the expert solutions that are out there. But more importantly, it gives you a cradle-to-grave overview of the development process itself and tools, rules, and processes that work dependably as you put your vision into action to meet that fulfilled life.
I love it. Well, speaking of that, here I have a question for you. What if work wasn't just a job, but as a source of actual fulfillment and purpose?
Well, I think there's those that would be able to say that. I think some artists who are successful it would be easy for them to say that.
Yeah.
But I think there's a lot of artists, and only a few really find that very great fit that says, my art is my work, it's my life, it's my authenticity. In work, traditional employment situations where you're not working for yourself, I think it's a more difficult time to get that done. To be quite frank, employment is set up to satisfy earnings per share, and that happens every quarter. It's a very short-term perspective. It has nothing to do with the health of the employees, unless somewhere within that company's goal set, their mission includes employee health, because employees are stakeholders too, whether they own shares in the stock or not. And if you abuse them, they go away. Turnover costs a lot of money because you got to retrain the next people in, and you keep getting bad fit. And bad fit just costs you turnover constantly. And you don't get the synergy of having the same workforce working as a team in this knowledge-based economy, Motivation 3.0, that's fulfilling for the employees as well as producing the best products and ideas for the company. So it's a butt heads kind of situation. So the better we do at integrating rather than butting heads between business and business agendas and humans and human fulfillment agendas, the better off we're all going to be. The products will be better. They'll be more dependable. They're probably going to be a lot more creative. And the people that are doing the work are going to be a lot happier about it because they have an ownership in the product or service or whatever it is that they've helped create.
Interestingly, Jim, I found something to help support that for you. Research indicates that a significant number of employees find their work fulfilling. According to a 2023 Pew Research Center survey, 47% of workers reported that their job is fulfilling all or most of the time. And that suggests that nearly half the workforce experiences a sense of purpose and fulfillment in their professional roles. It's not stated, though, in this research and report whether or not that is inclusive of human resources. Back to you.
Nice dig there, JC. I think, let me just tell you, since the pandemic, the amount of chaos in the HR field, or those who are wearing the HR hat amongst many, many other hats, is, yeah, it's been quite high. So thank you for making me giggle on a crazy, insane Monday recording here. Jim, what do you think about these stats? I mean, I think they support everything you're saying.
Well, I think they do. And I think that's a good sign. I think we're moving in the right direction. I'm concerned that it continue, and I'm concerned that it improve.
Yeah.
Because I don't think you see, we've taken a couple of steps back here politically. This is not, this is a very soft, touchy conversation. And I'm not sure we're entering an environment over the next 4 years where this will get the same sort of support. But an individual has to take care of themselves at the end of the day. So they have to keep working it and doing it in an honest fashion with the employment that they have, or the self-employment they're pursuing.
Yeah, absolutely. So, no comment on that right now, except to say that, you know what, regardless of what the company policies and politics and all of that stuff is, the fact of the matter is in the past few years, and this is not even since COVID, it's before COVID, it has been a huge struggle for companies to attract and retain employees long term. They might be able to attract an employee, but it's not the right employee. They might be able to retain an employee, but it's not necessarily the ideal employee. So, these times are a little more trying, even so, but it's continuing in the same conversation. So like the statistics we just shared went ahead and said, okay, we're getting there. We're starting to realize that we have to treat our employees really, really well and make sure that they're fulfilled, so that their passion is supporting our mission, vision, and values, so on and so forth. And I hope we don't take a step back. Any company who thinks that it's going to be okay to take a step back and not be so concerned about their employees, they're going to learn the hard way very quickly. And we saw that during the pandemic as well, a little bit. So that's all I'll say about that. With that said, thanks for listening to episode 4 of our 5-part series. We have one more exciting episode to talk about. And we want to talk about old school wisdom, timeless personal development strategies. And I have over 30 years of experience in HR. And so I'm going to go with, I'm included with the old school at that part too. Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining us. And we'll be back in a moment with episode 5.
Thank you for joining the HR Empowerment Podcast, brought to you by Aurora Training Advantage. We hope you've gained new insight and strategies to navigate the HR profession. We look forward to you joining us again on the HR Empowerment Podcast.